Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova, la 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova.
Some of you know that song, singing Shabbat Shalom, and we could have sung it that way because today is also Shabbat, which is crazy. It's the first day of a new year, and it's also Shabbat. So Shana Tova, everyone. Every single holiday has its own special melody, every single one. So Lenora Eve, who's on piano, is going to play a few bars of a song. And I want you to think at home, you can talk to people around you, what holiday is this song? Here's the first one. Did you guess what it was? What is it? Yes, that was Hanukkah. I have a little dreidel. You got it. Here's one more. That one was easy. Should we do a hard one? Let's squeeze in one more hard one. A hard one. Did you recognize that one? Yes, that was Manish Tana from the Passover Seder. So the last one we heard was, the one before that was Happy Birthday. So today is not only Shabbat, not only Rosh Hashanah, but it's also a sort of birthday. Today is the birthday of, some people say it's like the birthday of the world. And for sure, it's a birthday of a new year. If you had a challah over this Rosh Hashanah Shabbat, it wasn't shaped long and braided like usual. It was the shape of a circle. As the whole year is like a circle, and it starts all over again today. So every holiday, every birthday has its own melody. Rosh Hashanah has a melody too. When you hear this melody, you know it's Rosh Hashanah, and Cantor Danny will teach it.
See if this rings a bell, everybody. Lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 lie. And you know, there are some words that we can fit into the melody, and those words are Lishana Tova Tikatevu. So let me sing the first part, and you'll repeat it. So, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Lishana Tova Tikatevu, Tikatevu. Try that. Tikatevu, V'techatemu. Try that. V'techatemu. Let's put it all together. Lishana tova tikatevu. Lishana tova tikatevu. Tikatevu. V'techatemu. Happy birthday.
When you hear that melody, you know it's Rosh Hashanah. It's so majestic. It's so regal. It's so beautiful. I'm sure everyone had a chance to be outside today. It is gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful day to start a new year. Hine matov, how good it is to be together wherever we are.
Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Repeat after me. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hine matov. Hine matov. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, shalom aleikum, shalom aleichem, shalom aleikum, shalom aleichem, shalom aleikum, shalom aleichem, shalom aleikum. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hine matov. Hine matov. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Whenever we do something for the very first time in our lives, there's a special blessing for it. And the blessing is Shehechianu. We thank God that we're alive to experience this moment right now. And the first time that you do something that year, like the first strawberries, or the first apples and honey, or the first light of Rosh Hashanah, or the first night of Hanukkah, the first of anything in that year also gets a Shehechianu. So today gets a Shehechianu for a double reason. It's the first time ever we're celebrating this new year, Rosh Hashanah 2020, 5781. And it's the first time of this new year that we're celebrating together. Shehechianu has the same beautiful melody of Rosh Hashanah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyema v'higianu v'higianu lazman haz. Everyone say amen. Amen.
That was beautiful. I was thinking about that Shehechianu blessing. Sometimes we think, what is the most special and holy moment ever? What's the most holy moment? maybe when we open the ark, maybe when you receive a blessing, maybe someone's bar or bat mitzvah or wedding. That blessing that we just sang together, Shehechianu, is a reminder that the most holy moment is this one, right this minute. And there's a beautiful teaching from the Dalai Lama who said, there are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right time to love, to believe, to do kindness, and mostly to live. So we sing that blessing. We'll do it one more time. Shehechianu, thanking God to be alive in this moment.
Uchata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shehechianu, Shehechianu v'kiyema v'higianu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen.
We're going to tell a story together. I tell it every year at the beginning of Rosh Hashanah services with our families because I love this story. You have a part and I have a part. Your part is the first 4 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and they are Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. Let's try them. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. Except you need to whisper them. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. Did you get it? Try it again. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. Okay, I think we're ready. You start. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. It was Rosh Hashanah. Everyone had come to the synagogue to welcome the new year with prayers. Everyone was hard at work, trying to really mean every word they were reading. From the back of the synagogue, there was a whisper. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. At first, it was very quiet. Almost no one noticed. Everyone was paying close attention to his and her prayer book. But over and over from the back of the room came the whisper. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. One by one, people began to turn and look. Person after person heard the whisper and turned to see who was interrupting the service. Sitting at the back of the congregation, in the very last row in the synagogue, was a young child. He was standing with an open prayer book and saying over and over again, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. Soon, all the praying stopped. Even the rabbi and the cantor stopped their prayers. The boy didn't notice. Every person in the synagogue was looking at him, but his eyes never left his machzor. Over and over he said, Suddenly, the boy looked up. He saw everyone looking at him. He was almost beginning to cry. Softly, he said, I don't know how to read. I've never been to school. All I know is the first 4 letters of the alphabet. Today is a day when all of us pray. So I have said my 4 letters over and over, hoping that God will make them into a prayer. The rabbi and cantor of the congregation walked down the aisle and hugged the boy. They said, Today we've been taught the truest meaning of prayer. The words in the prayer book are important, but really opening our hearts is more important. If we don't know or understand everything, God really wants us to feel our prayers and to say them with honesty. Then the rabbi and the cantor turned to the congregation and they said, "Let us pray together." And everyone in the congregation joined in saying out loud, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. Can we do that one more time? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. A prayer of the heart. We're going to stand in a moment, and you can stand wherever you are. Wherever we are, those are now holy places. We stand together. We're going to face the ark, and Cantor Danny and Lenora will lead us in the Baruch Hu in our invitation to pray.
Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
In this sanctuary, there are a few things around here that make it especially holy. We have, most of all, the Aron HaKodesh with the Torahs inside. And there's a beautiful light above it, the Ner Tamid, that's always burning, a reminder that something is always a flame in the center of life. Many, many thousands of years ago, the Torah tells a story about another flaming moment. At that time, our people, the Israelites, were slaves in Egypt. And Moses had run away from Egypt because he saw how great the suffering was. And he became a shepherd. And one day he was walking with his sheep over the dry hills in Midian, and he saw something odd. He walked over and saw a bush that was all aflame. Now, it turns out in the desert, a bush that's like spontaneously erupts in flame, it turns out that's not unusual. It happens a lot in the desert. But Moses decided to wait a little bit and look at things a little longer. Maybe in these months of the pandemic, you've taken time also just to look at things a little bit longer and to notice how amazing they are. And Moses stopped and looked and said, "This is amazing." And because he looked so carefully, a voice spoke to Moses. We don't know how Moses heard it, but he did. And the voice said, "My people are suffering, and I need you to go back to Egypt to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. I need you to have courage." And then the voice said, "Moses, wherever you're standing, you may not realize this, but this is holy ground. Take off your shoes, because where you are is holy." Moses was in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a desert, but all of a sudden it was holy. So where you are in your homes today, that too is holy. So look around. You may not have a Torah scroll nearby, but you have other things that can remind you how holy it is. You might want to bring forward a photograph of someone you love, or you might want to bring close some apples and honey, or maybe later you'll tell me some of the things that you brought around you to remind you how holy the place is exactly where you are. We remind ourselves when we pray together that God is everywhere, in our hearts and everywhere, and that we are part of oneness. We're going to prepare to sing the Shema together, but first we're going to sing it in another language, not in Hebrew. We're going to sing it with sign language, in silence. So if you are under the age of 12, please stand up. Adults can remain seated. Shema means listen. So this is how it starts, listen. But if you're deaf, do you listen this way? No. If you're deaf, you'll listen this way. This is pay attention. So Shema Yisrael. The letter I, we're signing an American Sign Language. This is the sign for Yisrael. Shema Yisrael. Adonai is like the mystery of God. We don't sign anything. Eloheinu, our God. We connect heaven and earth. Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai is one, Echad. And we bring that one all the way into our hearts. Let's practice it once, then we're going to do it. You ready? Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. Okay, you ready? So first we're going to sign, and then we're going to sing and sign at the same time. Beautiful. Shema is also a song about love, about the love of God that fills the universe. And we have a song about that. I think you know it. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, it comes right back to you. It does. It's just like a magic penny. Hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, give it away. It comes right back to you. Love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. It comes right back to you. We need love in the world. Do we ever need love in the world? We also need peace. And this song, Salam, Salam is the same as Shalom. It's Hebrew and Arabic. We need peace in Israel. We need peace between Israelis and Palestinians. We need peace everywhere. Salam.
Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם, סלם שלום. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם, סלם שלום. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם, סלם שלום. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם, סלם סלם שלום. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם.
So I brought a reminder here. Part of Rosh Hashanah is like, wake up. This is an old-fashioned alarm clock. I feel a little bit like the alligator in Peter Pan, because it's tick-tocking over here. I mean, the crocodile. Yeah. Sorry, the crocodile in Peter Pan is tick-tocking the whole service. But I keep this in my office. I like an old-fashioned clock. And, well, I just heard a little thing. The alarm isn't working anymore, but sometimes when we need to wake up early in the morning, we set an alarm. Rosh Hashanah also has a special alarm. It doesn't look like that. It looks more like this. Yes, it's a shofar. It could be small. It could be long. This one comes from a ram. This one comes from an ibex or an antelope. I'm not sure. It's the horn of an animal. A simple, raw, beautiful sound that goes right to the heart. The shofar is not an eloquent, fancy instrument, and it has no words, just a sound that goes right into our soul that says it's time to wake up. The world needs us, and the world needs us to be the best people we can possibly be. This year, we have restrictions on blowing the shofar indoors. We're going to have a shofar song instead. It's one we also do every year. Tomorrow, on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, if you have a shofar, please go outside at 3 o'clock tomorrow, stand right at the edge of the street, and blow the shofar with a tekiyah and a shvarim teruah and another tekiyah gedolah. Blow the shofar. If you don't have a shofar, go outside at 3 o'clock, and you might be lucky enough to hear it for real outside. And now we join with Cantor Danny in a shofar song.
What is the sound of the shofar, the shofar, the shofar? What is the sound of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah day? Tikiyah,
Tikiyah.
And that's how the shofar sounds. What is the sound of the shofar? The shofar, the shofar. What is the sound of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah day? Shivarim,
Shivarim.
And that's how the shofar sounds. What is the sound of the shofar? The shofar, the shofar. What is the sound of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah day? Teruah. Too many teruahs. And that's how the shofar sounds. And what is the sound of the shofar? The shofar, the shofar. What is the sound of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah day? Here we go. It's going to be the Tikiyah Gedolah. The cantor's going to hold it for as long as he can. How long is he going to hold it for? A minute? 2 minutes? Let's find out. Are you timing me, Rabbi Shira? Here we go. Tikiyah
You can try it, not me.
And that's how the shofar sounds.
Part of Rosh Hashanah and part of every single Shabbat is that people get to be blessed, children in particular. So if you're lucky enough to be with other people, get close. And parents and grandparents can put their arms around their children and grandchildren. Friends can put their arms around each other. And we take a moment to bless. God blesses us, but through us. The blessing comes through us.
May God bless you and keep you every moment, every day. May God smile at you and fill your heart in every way. May God help you find the goodness in everything you do. May you be blessed with peace from above.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you. We opened our tefillah together with 2 songs. One of them, L'Shana Tova Tikatevu, which we're going to sing right now, and then the beautiful melody and a Carlebach melody that we're going to sing, Shana Tova, and that one is a real get up and dance melody. So we hope at the end that you'll get up and dance, hold hands, and bring more joy into the world. L'Shana Tova, and then Carlebach.
L'Shana Tova Tikatevu, L'Shana Tova Tikatevu, Tikatevu, V'techatevu. Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova, lai 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 Shana Tova, 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 Shana Tova.
We can each bring more love, more joy, more kindness, more goodness, more courage into this world, into this new year. We need each other. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.